Hey everyone, I need to make something really clear. My name is Sarah Fields. I've been involved in investigative journalism for about 4 years now. One thing that a lot of people, maybe if you're just now hearing about me or you're not familiar with my journalism, I am a Republican, now kind of moving more towards the center because I'm sickened by both sides, but I'll get to that in a minute. I am a Republican. I am a local elected official here where I live. And again, I've been involved in investigative journalism for a long time. But what a lot of people don't know about me is that I have had no issue with calling out both sides of the aisle. If you are wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. Why? Because I was taught accountability. I was taught about individual responsibility. Now, I was the first journalist to call out Dominique Alexander, the advocating for Carmelo Anthony's family, who runs a fraudulent organization who has a criminal record a mile long. I was the first to call him out on X. It got millions of views. I was one of the first journalists to release the arrest report, yada yada. It goes on. This is what prompted Dominique Alexander to target me specifically at his press conference. And my entire family has had to be on lockdown ever since because of the threats being made on me and my family and my home. But I feel the need to explain something to all of you because it would seem that some of you just are not understanding where I stand on things. Not one time. Let me explain to you this massive issue we have in our country right now. I am a military veteran, by the way. I fought for this country, so keep that in mind. Not one time when I released the arrest report, when I released the criminal past of Dominique Alexander, when I talked about his offenses, his convictions, when I talked about his fraudulent organization, not one time did I bring up race or the color of his skin. Yet, because I reported on it and because a lot of people on the side that defends Carmelo Anthony got angry at me for releasing information that looked negative on Carmelo Anthony and his advocate and his organization, Next Generation Action Network, I was called a racist and a bigot and every single name under the sun that you can think of, even though I not once brought up color. Flip that around. I'm being attacked by that side. I'm getting threats on my life, on my children, on my home. I can't go anywhere. I can only go to church and required meetings. That's it. I can't go anywhere. I have had to bring in security. I've had to have security at my church. But flip that around. Then Jake Lang and several other people start a protest called Protect White Americans or whatever. And it's race baiting. That's what it is. I spoke out against him and said, stop making this about race. It's about individual responsibility of a person's actions. We need to start making people be accountable for their personal decisions. And then when I said that, I put out a post condemning what Jake Lang was doing and people who call themselves conservatives. Then conservatives came after me and said that I was, I'm not even going to tell you some of the names I got called because it's disgusting. But I did get called a traitor. I got called someone who betrays her own country, who betrays her race. What does that even mean? When people are getting angry at me and they keep saying, Sarah, this is about race. What is wrong with you? Just say it. Just admit it. No. And apparently I need to put it into a video to explain to all of you because I've tried to type this and write this and no one seems to understand my point. So I guess making a video is what I need to do. If you are truly an American and you believe in the United States Constitution We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. This was written because of race wars. I swear this has been going on for way too long. What happened because one person made a poor decision. You have zero proof. You do not know if it was because of race. All that happened is one person made a horrible decision to take another person's life. And then Jake Lang stood on the phone with the father of the son who was unalived and blamed him and said that he had white guilt because he refused to make it about race. That is disgusting. If we truly believe in individual liberty in this country, then you have to believe in individual accountability for people's actions. Race doesn't play into it. And until people start to see things that way, this is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And according to the Bible, in the end days, good is going to be called evil and evil is going to be called good. And guess what? Now people are trying to say that what Carmelo Anthony did is good, and they're using race to do it. That is evil. And it needs to be called out. And people need to be held responsible for their own personal decisions. So when I say this isn't about race, I'm not saying that race is not being brought into it, because it is. Because of you people. Because of the race baiters on both sides. We do not know if this happened because of race. It just so happens that it was a black kid who unalived a white kid. That's heartbreaking. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. It's sad when it's black on black, when it's white on white, when it's white on black, when it's black on white. I don't care. Hold the person individually responsible for what they did and stop making it about race. Morgan Freeman said it perfectly. How do we end the racist issue? How do we end the race wars and the race baiting? How do we end racism? Stop talking about it. Stop. You're destroying this country and what it was built on. I will not take sides. I will hold people accountable for their personal decisions. You can call me whatever name you want. I don't care. I don't care if you call me a traitor. I don't care if you call me whatever it is you want to call me. I'm not changing my mind. Sin is sin. I know upstanding people of all colors. This is a heart issue. This is an environment issue. I also know horrible people of all colors. Start holding them accountable individually, or this is never going to end.